We are going to do something casual today, just trying to relax here and look at a few Dragon Ball characters or forms or whatever that could be added to Xenoverse 2 because obviously there aren't enough characters in that stupid game. Just kidding, it's fine. Like, these, I don't know, you can milk the shit out of this game and there are still not all the characters um, you would want to be represented. Let's let us go a few of them, as there are a few characters I didn't add. These characters are those who can't fly by themselves, like Master Roshi won't be in this, and Master Shen I didn't add. You can add that pillar that allows him to fly, but Tao Pai Pai I meant. Tao Pai Pai should be able to fly. I don't understand why he can't, because he is related to Master Shin. His younger brother was I think. And that guy can fly, so well, never mind. Let's just there are a few plot holes. Just thinking, Roshi is only alive because he has the Phoenix. What is it called? Was it the formula that allows him to live for infinite years, and the Phoenix died for some reason, but must his rival from the Crane School supposed to be about equal his age. How did he survive for so long? Well, well let's not think too much about it. Let's talk about King Piccolo. Why add King Piccolo? He's one of the major antagonists of Dragon Ball. He can fly, obviously, and he has some of the uh, some techniques you can give him. He's a well, he may not be really original, but who doesn't? Who doesn't like King Piccolo? He's uh, the father of Piccolo, and he had a pretty good fight in Dragon Ball. He has some interesting techniques, some wind-based techniques, and yeah, a destructive wave. You can give him some decent moves. Yeah, he's sadly a bit bland in terms of what he can do, but yeah, there are options. King Piccolo is King Piccolo. It's kind of sad that I can't talk too much about him. Piccolo is, for many, sadly not an iconic villain. He's supposed to be. He should be iconic for many who watch Dragon Ball, but apparently we live in an era everyone skips Dragon Ball and just watch Z, or skip Z and watch Dragon Ball fucking Super, complete dog shit anime. Whatever, let's just move on to the next one. Super 13. You would expect Super 13 to be in the game, but they added the weaker form for some reason. I don't understand why. This is the mightiest form, probably because Super 13 has no character, but he's a final villain. He's a combination of all the androids. And that's where in the movie. And he has a nice ball punch. Maybe they want to censor it. Who wouldn't want that ball punch? Imagine your character had that. I think just for that punch in the balls and attacking you, throwing your victim and punching him as he flies against an obstacle. I think that looks pretty badass. So consider asking for Super 13 just to get these moves. You don't need to like the character. and maybe it would be nice to play the story of the movie in your freaking game. Like, is I think a few people would be tired of playing Tenkaichi just to use him. Nothing against Tenkaichi 3, I like it. Tenkaichi 3 is my favorite Dragon Ball game. As of now, who knows what else awaits us, since the quality of Dragon Ball games have risen again. Garlic Jr., why would you want Garlic Jr.? And I think he is a grappler. Okay, DBS Broly has pretty much all his moves that would work, but I think Garlic Jr. has a lot to offer. Right? He had not only a movie, he had a arc dedicated to him. Yeah, I think you can put out something out of this. Maybe his smaller form, because I think his smaller forms has more moves. But you can put those moves to the bigger form, and it would be interesting to see how Dimps from Bandai would implement the Dead Zone. Definitely Garlic Jr. is maybe an overlooked character, but consider asking for Garlic Jr. Shen, it's coming in disguise, and you have to watch it. You have to watch. I mentioned it in one of my videos. His fight with Yamcha was god hilarious. It's funny because he's possessed by God. And his fight against Piccolo was also really, really good. So his very stumbling and weird fighting style would make a really good moveset. He's basically like Piccolo without a Kamehameha and that can actually fly. Or maybe not the hypnosis technique, but he also should have some of Piccolo's moves, because he is basically the good part of Piccolo without the regeneration. So you can give him some of King Piccolo's moves, and just thinking about it, yeah, they made it's really just add Kami to the game, so you can use Shen as a skin for Kami. If you think about it, that makes really logical sense. You can make an entire set, King Piccolo, Kami, Shen. That would be perfect. The only thing that might be bothering is this part. Censorship is really taking a toll in gaming, sadly. What is next? Oceano's Shangon, her moves, or his moves, are in the game. So all that needs to be done is add this model and maybe give a few more event-based moves, because he has more than one or two moves. And yeah, it would be pretty interesting to see more in air quotes female representation in the game sense. Apparently that's a thing, everyone wants female representation, so why not add Oceano's Shenron? By the way, I am not mentioning any Dragon Ball Super characters because they will appear in the game anyway, so I don't want to waste my time suggesting people something they probably are asking. A regular Bojack, why regular Bojack? Because he is the strongest form of Bojack. And that might sound weird to you, and it can be just a skin for Bojack. Like, I don't understand why they didn't add this one. Aesthetically more pleasing, and I think there's something else you can do, which is add Gohan's outfit into the game, and with Goku's outfit. So this would be nice if you could replay this scene between the two. And just for that, I would add, like, these are just customs, right? Why not add a Bojack and Gohan? We have Legic, my boy Legic. He's like the cool guy in GT who uses weapons to fight. He can summon weapons out of his body parts, I think, and they look pretty good. And it was enjoyable to see them, how he used them in episode 5 of Dragon Ball GT against Goku, and then Goku came and beat the crap out of him, as per usual. It is not the only weapon used in Dragon Ball, obviously, but it would be nice to have a henchman type of characters that feels like an important character. So I wouldn't mind. I would suggest you add Logic to the game. Goten, GT Goten. It's kind of weird why he isn't in the game. The interesting thing about Goten is there's something really interesting about Goten, and that is you can add him twice to the game. And what I mean by that is the Goten you see here, he is infected by baby. And honestly, it can be even 3 variations of Goten. You have regular GT Goten, who fought a baby and Super 17, but you will probably add the moves he fought used against baby because it's the only things you can remember about him fighting. And then you have baby possessed Goten, who used a lot of attacks with purple energy. He fought Gohan. And then you have this one, which is baby isn't inside him, but baby is pretty much controlling him with eggs, who has a similar moveset, but the difference is he isn't baby, so it's kind of like an evil Goten. Like, it's kind of hard to explain. How would you implement this is you can pick and choose. Well, do you want to add a good Goten, you want an evil Goten, or you want a Goten possessed by baby? So you have 3 choices. You can change the moves from a Goten doesn't use purple stuff techniques. Regular Goten uses more so yellow blast and a Kamehameha. Baby is more that if baby controlled Goten, he fought far more aggressive. He didn't care about what happens to his body because it wasn't his body, and he was willing to sacrifice Goten in order to get Gohan's body. So I think that would be an interesting fighting style you can give Goten. GT Goten. So consider GT Goten to the game. Also, he has an Super Saiyan install, so who doesn't want it? Seriously. On the contrary, we also have a GT Gohan, who actually could be just a custom for Gohan, or you can do the same with Goten and give us 3 variations of the same Gohan. You have a white t-shirt, white shirt. Here also had one with a blue one. It's really weird. No, I don't want to. Let's ignore what he wears, right? Super Saiyan install, great. Possessed by baby. Interesting movesets. Like, he could have these sets, a weird move where he attacked with Goten and Vegeta, and that was kind of weird, but I think that's just an interesting move to see. He also he also has that move where he puts the head of his enemy through the ground and grinds it. So GT Gohan possessed by Baby has a very aggressive fighting style. I like it. Episode 27 of GT, I suggest you watch it to get an idea what I mean. He also can use a Kamehameha, so yeah, this would be what I would suggest. A general rule to guys, give this guy some justice. Stunning with the metal beam temporary, your opponent can attack, you punch him really hard. You can maybe change the terrain, maybe make traps on the battlefield. That could be something, but I think that's a bit impractical. Rocket punch with built-in command grab. So when your punch comes back, you can use it to grab your opponent and pull him to yourself and then deliver a massive punch. Like, Ronaldo really is overlooked, and I think any form of Ronaldo works for this game. So this is just what I described as a regular Ronaldo. You also have a Ronaldo with a drill. Hyper Meta Ronaldo. Who wouldn't want a Ronaldo with a drill? A fighter with a drill is something Dragon Ball really needs. It's a fighting game really needs. Dragon Ball really didn't need a drill character, but in a fighting game, some grinding moves are something we should add in. And also he has a protective shield, and he could have some really good defenses. Look here, he has armor. And the last one is final form Ronaldo, and I think this one would be the most difficult to handle because he is basically unkillable. So how do you implement and he kinda, I think that would be kinda, would get a really generic moveset compared to the other Ronaldos. So I think this would be the least favorable Ronaldo, but it's still Ronaldo, so consider adding final form Ronaldo. And the last one is False Super Saiyan Goku. He can be just an install, just add movie pack for Goku, a DBZ movie Goku, Super Saiyan Goku, where he has moves where he has Kaioken that has Piccolo appear short for a short while behind him, and you have a Super Saiyan, False Super Saiyan install. I think that would be nice. And with this we pretty much conclude the video. I feel I rambled a bit and talked a bit of nonsense, but we talked about a few characters. I don't think I convinced you a lot. A few I felt I added just for the heck of it, but really, Rocket Punch with built-on command grab. You can't say don't add Ronaldo. Ronaldo is a must. And then you have Super 13. I don't like Super 13, but the ball and the punch is just a reason to add him. You want that for your custom character, don't you? The ball and the punch. Consider asking for that. And lastly, GT possessed characters, like I said, just think about these aggressive moves Goten and Gohan had when they fought under Baby's control. Really underrated. So with this I conclude the video, and I hope we can see each other next time or something.